Scorpio, what's going on? Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Welcome to the channel. So guys, I'm getting ready to do May 2020 bonus reads. So a bonus read for you guys and for all the signs that I read for is just going to be a completely different reading than I do throughout the month. Like I do your general monthly reading, and I always do a wealth and abundance, and then I do a star guide reading. And then I look for something really off the beaten path. So I found this really cool reading called, I'm going to leave that, Whispers of the Ancestors. And this is going to look at which of your ancestors are present right now and who have stepped forward throughout the years to assist you on your path in this moment in time. And then we'll see any generational gifts that you've inherited from them, and their hopes and dreams for you, and any sort of healing messages that they can provide. So these are pretty interesting reads, so I really hope you enjoy it, and definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments of the read. And thanks everybody for subscribing. I just want to always say thank you to you guys for being here, because it means the world to me. So Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck, and while I was shuffling, I'm sure you guys saw that card fly out, and it's sitting on the floor adjacent to my feet, and it's face down. So I wanted to sort of ignore that card, but I'm going to go pick it up, and we're going to look at, this is saying which ancestor is present. And hold on, here's my dog shaking. Hello. So like I was saying, the card's upside down, but I feel really strongly that somebody needs to be heard right now from your ancestors, because the card flew out of the deck. So which one of your ancestors are present right now? This is really, really a cool card. So we've got the King of Wands. So I'm seeing somewhere right away in your background, you know, if somebody wasn't a king, they sure thought they were. You know, and somebody could have been in charge of a lot of people, always was inspired through ideas of action, really liked the finer things in life. You can see he's got like diamonds tattooed on his hands here. Well, one of them anyway. And he's looking very firmly and strongly into the future. And I do see this is going to be sort of a male figure. I'm going to pull the next card. This is, what is your relationship to me? So we've got the Two of Coins here. And the Two of Coins, it just talks about, and this, again, this is a very, very busy person. So there could have been somebody, I'm actually getting a time period of between 200 and 400 years. Somebody did a lot of work on the foundation of the family. This is strange. I'm going to pull another card. I'm going to do a deck cut and pull another card. It's like somebody wants to be kept in a little bit of a secret for some reason. And this could make sense here a little bit with the Eight of Wands. So I'm seeing somebody that had to leave where they were. There's a little bit of cloak and dagger going on here. Kind of like I'm getting like a Three Musketeers vibe, you know, sort of a swashbuckling, but it's like they had to escape where they were, and they had to do it like under the cover of night. I'm definitely seeing, this is really, really hard, you guys. Like somebody went through a very, very difficult time. I'm seeing things like, this is really, well, and I'm seeing some painful images here, and I'm seeing people like escaping through like slave routes, you know, people that could have been kidnapped. This is really, really hard for me to absorb. I'm getting a lot of pain, but there was always this dream that life would be better once they escaped. And it could be something like a prison yard, wrongfully imprisoned, because if you see things that were going on a few hundred years ago, like people were getting like burned at the stake, you know what I mean, and getting put in jail for anything if the local, whoever was running the town or the city, they decided, well, I don't like that, they would just put in another law, and then people would be persecuted and prosecuted and in prison, and people were being kidnapped to work in capacities for slavery all around the world. And it's still happening, but it was really, really quite horrifying at these times. Like, all you have to do is watch a show like Roots, or, you know, there's slave trades around the world. And I really think that this person was sort of involved in that, but not running it. Like, they were victimized by it, and their dreams of escaping, they made it a reality. They had this 8 of Wands, like really strong desire to get out and travel somewhere else. And I'm seeing them like fairly undaunted by this circumstance, which is really powerful. And they were able to move away somewhere else and like sneak out. And I think they managed to take some people with them. And always, they were kind of living this duplicitous life, because they had to lull people into a false sense of security, like the people responsible for keeping them where they were, you know, and like sort of playing that double agent, you know, so they could gain favors and learn things about the whatever facility they were in, so that they could escape and that they could bring as many people as possible and could make the connections, and then they could like get somewhere to safety, and it would be across an international border, so that they could change their name and start life all over again. So like, I really did see this. Like, at first it was like they didn't want me to see it, because they took so long, so many precautions to hold on, to disguise who they were, you know. So really, really interesting background here. But they definitely they knew that they had more going on in their life than to just be a prisoner and somebody's slave, you know. And this could be, of course, you guys, any, you know, nationality, any culture. Unfortunately, every culture is guilty of enslaving humans and animals for their own gain, right? For their own profit. So let's see what generational gift you have inherited. Wow. Well, that's not a surprise. So we have the Queen of Wands here, and she's like a fiery girl. And it doesn't matter if you're like whatever your gender identity is, you guys. Like, this is an energy, right? I definitely see this being a male, your ancestor, but man, you really inherited a whole lot of fire and like protecting people. And this is probably where that came from, because you have somebody that really went through it. You know, they really went through a lot. They saw a lot. And they just decided that their future did not hold any sort of part of being somebody's slave, somebody's prisoner. And this is probably why you need a certain amount of freedom around you, to be able to make up your own mind, your own decisions, you know. And the Queen of Wands, like, she's a really nice person. She really likes to do a lot of things for other people, but if you push her too far, man, you're gonna see that spear come out, and you're gonna see the real prickly side of her. But if you never really understood where you're getting this, like, this defense mechanism for yourself and other people, like when people cross the line, it's here because somebody crossed the line in the worst and most horrific way possible with your ancestor and took away their freedom. And he had to fight. He had to fight and use his wits and use everything possible. And like, it's such a great story of like really running for his life. And then securing a whole different life and going, you know, hey, almost like that never happened. Undaunted, just kept on going. and then started his own place, like a place of business, or maybe like ran a farm or ran a business and turned everything around and like really observed everything that was going on in this internment camp or wherever he was. So, and really like diligently recorded all these details of business, and brilliant. This guy was brilliant. If he had had different chances, man, he probably could have ruled the world. So this is where this comes in. What generational gift? You guys probably not a great big huge fan of people telling you what to do. You know, don't like a whole lot of rules. Like, you're a pretty easygoing person, but don't let somebody rub you the wrong way. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So let's see what your ancestors' hopes are for you. So, wow. So if you're dealing with something, and look at this, you guys, just really pay attention to this card, because that is exactly what I was seeing when the King of Wands, when that person showed themselves to me, being shackled to something. If you feel like you are shackled to something, if it's a job, if it's a person, if it's a habit, if it's an addiction, they want you to get rid of that. And I just saw angel number 1122. So whatever is going on in your life that makes you feel like a prisoner, they want you to get rid of it. You've got the devil here, which is your shadow self. Sometimes people are definitely their own worst enemy, and I'm seeing that in this card here for you guys. But maybe, like I said before, maybe you feel like a prisoner at your job, or maybe you feel like a prisoner in your marriage or your relationship or whatever you've got going on, a prisoner to the banks. It's time for you to like stand up and fight for your freedom, because your ancestor did it despite like staggering odds that they would not. And this is coming through here, and where you need to start standing up for yourself a little bit more with this, like, not exactly a shrinking violet Queen of Wands. So they really want you to fight for your freedom here. Hold on. So whatever that freedom would look like for you, like whatever really just gets under your skin and makes you like, oh, I wish this wasn't happening. They want you to find a way to extricate yourself from that situation. So let's see a healing message from your ancestors. 3 of Cups. This is such a beautiful card, because this person, this King of Wands here, he really had to maintain this sort of like this joie de vivre, this really ebullient, effervescent, you know, to charm people into letting him get what he wanted from the situation. He took the most dire, uncomfortable situation and made it work for him. And you're here because of his wits. 3 of Cups, healing message. Be excited about where you are in your life while you slay this dragon that you've got. You know, really be happy. He wants you to be happy. Like, he went through all of that so that he could have his bloodline. And I just saw angel number 333 come up for you guys. So you got a really strong presence here. And like I said before, like, I had to pull an extra card, and I had to really, really look through cloaks of disguise, because he really put a lot of energy into finding his freedom, and he wants you to feel your freedom and be excited about it. And probably compared to what he went through, you guys are having probably a pretty good life, you know, so remember that. And if he can break out of whatever imprisoned state he was in, you can definitely. Angel number 1414, you guys, I keep on seeing these. You've got a really strong presence around you right now, wanting to help you into the next phase of your life where you can feel a little bit more free, like to get rid of any sort of baggage that is holding you back right now. So definitely move forward, but remember, sorry, you know, you have really good friends around you. You have a really high spirit, so celebrate that. And he just really is reaching through time to say, you know, he's so proud of you for doing everything that you've accomplished. But remember to have fun while you're at it, and definitely do everything that you can And I'm seeing him like basically, you know how people slay the dragon and they put the sword through the dragon's heart and then they do the hero pose with one foot on top of the dragon. I'm seeing that happen. So you guys have that pulsing through the bloodline to you right now. So definitely go fight for your freedom, you guys, and know that you have everything that you need to do that available to you now. So take care, guys.